You know this? Oh, you calm down, please. I want to eat you. Hello, guys. I'd like to give you a mini tour of our gardens, the gardens that surround our home. I'm in my in-laws' land in Teso region, and I'd like to give you a mini garden tour. It's not just one garden, we have different gardens. So the homes are surrounded by different gardens because the wet season is here. We are planting different things. And because this side there are prolonged dry seasons, we always plant those foods that we can preserve over a long time. So is it okay for me to take you around? If it's okay, say yes. So here, home is just here. All the gardens are surrounding home. So when we want to do big, like large scale farming, those big gardens are quite distant from home. But near home, there should be gardens of different things, the ones that are for home consumption. I'm in the garden for millet. Guys, this is millet. I don't know if you know how millet is planted. I've shown you before harvesting it, but I don't remember showing you how it's planted. Millet is just thrown like this. It's just thrown like this. This is millet. So we use it mainly for porridge, even mixing it as a staple food because most of our staple food take millet within. So this millet is still young. As long as you see it is green, it is still young. It has to turn until it is brown, then it will be harvested. Oh yes. So this is a millet garden. It's just this because the whatever food is planted near home is for home consumption. So we always have those small gardens around home that can always help with feeding the home so that we don't get to spend on food. Right from our millet garden, cross with me to another garden. This is the black-eyed peas garden, and this was planted on a very large scale. Okay, not very large scale, but large. It's about an acre. It's mainly because we use peas a lot as sauce. We can eat these peas with atapa. We eat them with posho, that is corn flour ugali. Okay, so this is how they look. These are still fresh. These are still fresh. So they are mainly harvested when they are dry. And yeah, we keep them for when the dry season comes. So you will see that for the beans, the garden is bigger than that of the millet. It's because beans is like they're eaten daily. Millet is just for porridge or just adding to the cassava flour. Yeah, as a main source. So as you know, this is protein. We need more protein than carbohydrates. But we still have enough. This is just a home garden for the millet. We still have much more. Have you shown them how big this garden is? All these are just peas. It's approximately an acre actually. All these are just beans, but here we just planted the black-eyed peas. So we can't harvest them. You see, they are ready now, but because we don't mainly eat them fresh, we can't harvest them when they are green like this. So we have to wait when they dry like this. So some of them have started drying. These take 2 to 3 months to be ready. So once the rains start, they have to dry like this. And this is what we shall preserve. This is how they look like. Have you seen? So are we poor really? With all this food, you've heard me say the staple food is cassava. Let me first take you to the cassava garden before I proceed to show you other things. The staple food here is cassava. We can use cassava for food, we can use it for porridge and everything. So this is a mini cassava garden. Yes, we have different varieties of cassava. The one that is only for flour, we have that can be cooked and all that. Even all the other side, it's cassava. Tell me, are we really poor? We are not. We have food. And most of you say, so you think having food is rich? If you have to pay for your everything, you pay your things. May I come in peace I'm just showing you what we have, a mini tour of the little gardens that surround our home. I'm not yet done, by the way. Champion, that's not all that we have still near home. I am entering another garden right here. We have some cereals. We planted some maize. Yes, this is maize. So maize has the same stalk as sorghum, but the maize one is bigger. We use maize mainly also for porridge, also for making animal feeds. We use it for food. Once you get the corn, what we call maize, you guys call it corn. So once we get that dried corn, it can be ground to get ugali for food. So we didn't just plant maize. What we did what we call intercropping. We intercropped the corn or the maize with groundnuts. Some of you are here call them peanuts. So these are the groundnuts. This is how they look like, just in case you have never seen what a peanut or groundnut plant looks like. Let me hide this. I'm pulling out this, which was, I think, blown by the wind. You see? This is, so they are root tubers. Yes. And it is very healthy. The maize that is always intercropped with groundnuts is always, it comes out so well, because groundnuts, if you know, it's a leguminous plant, and leguminous plants have root nodules that add nitrogen to the soil, which is a very good thing. So these groundnuts are still maturing. If you can see inside, the seeds are really very small, which shows it's not yet time to harvest them. These two, we preserve them by drying. Come and see inside. See, the seeds are very small, the pods are still bigger. So all this garden, the way you see it, they are still maturing, and so we can't harvest them. Once they mature, we still give them some time. We can cook them well raw. There is that part where you just harvest and cook them in their pods. I love them. But we mainly want them fully matured so that we can dry them and preserve them in that sense. This is also a small garden, approximately half an acre. So it's just corn intercropped with ground nuts. One thing I want to tell you when growing groundnuts, these guys, have you heard of delicate plants? Okay, not as delicate. They do not like weed at all. Okay, other plants also don't like weeds, but groundnuts do not thrive. They don't even try. So that's why you see the garden is so clean. Sometimes you even have to weed twice. Same as beans before they flower. Oof. But these ones are very sensitive, these groundnuts. So you have to weed twice. You see, even at this stage that they have started putting pods down, if any weed comes here, those pods will never have any seed inside. So the garden has to be kept completely free from weeds. So we planted more corn and more groundnuts all over the place, because this side of home has them. Guys, I say we, I'm part of this family, though I was not among the planting. I planted somewhere else. I planted beans and maize, but here I'm not the one who planted. But since it is family, it is we. We are together. Do you get me? So other things that would qualify as garden tour, even the other side we have corn and groundnuts up the other side of home. But let me show you other plants around home. Let me first bring the stick. I deal with them traditionally. So guys, other plants that we have around home are oranges. My God, this region, I think oranges thrive so much in such regions, like a bit dry-ish, because I've realized in Teso region, they grow a lot of oranges and a lot of mangoes, even a lot of lemons. Let me say literally the orange family, they grow a lot of them. So around this home, we have around 15 trees of, you come down, please, I want to eat you. We have 15 trees of oranges and around 10 trees of lemon. These oranges are, woo! Here they are. Yep. They are not yet ready, but these ones I'm going to be eating. These ones are still young, as you can see, they are still growing. One thing I should also tell you, lemon leaves are very, lemon or orange tree leaves, they are very good spice for tea. Try it, then come back and thank me later. But this is a very good spice for tea. This too is a an orange tree. It's also putting on. Is also putting on. We have a mango tree here. This is a grafted mango. They are the ones which grow short like this. Because our local mangoes, those ones, they grow tall like me. These grafted ones are the ones which are lazy to go up, so they just end here. Yes, so we have like 5 mango trees around here. This is the youngest. Yeah. Let me continue taking you. I'm just doing a mini garden tour. These are all done on a very small space, by the way. This tree is an orange. This too is an orange, and they are all putting on, by the way. This is a purple. Purple. Never climb a purple tree because their trunks are hollow. You will fall down with it. Little bananas, many bananas not on a serious case because we just grow them for banana leaves. Because we use banana leaves for covering ugali, for cooking, something like that. So the nearest, this is a lemon, and it's also putting on. It's a lemon, and this too is a lemon. That too is a lemon. The other one too is a lemon. The other one too is a lemon. So guys, have you seen? We have a lot of these. So once we have flu, oh, and do you know that lemon water is very good for morning? You take it with warm water, you'll be healthy. Thank me later and pay me later. Take warm lemon water early morning on an empty stomach. Yes. We have beans around here. It's a small garden, very tiny, but these are the beans. These are not peas, but beans. Now, these can be eaten fresh, or we can also dry them when we want to preserve them and eat them later on. Come and see how they look when they are fresh. Fresh beans. This is how they look inside. Hey, my seeds are falling. This is how they look inside. These are big ones. There are different varieties of beans actually, same as for peas. There are different varieties, same as for maize. So these ones we can, at this stage, they are ready to be eaten. So whenever we want to cook, that day we feel like fresh beans, we can always harvest and cook. But we leave some to dry completely for future use. Okay? Last but not least, this is sweet potatoes. By the way, this is the same homestead. This is sweet potatoes, and these ones, it's also a small garden. So we have scattered maize. This is little maize, but we also have some sorghum, some sorghum. You know this? This is sorghum. If you take any sorghum drinks or some brew made of sorghum or sorghum porridge, this is how sorghum looks like. You can find this one which is white. There is that which is brown. So this is what sorghum exactly looks like. Please stand again. We still want you to grow properly and be okay. Yeah, I think I can stop here. I've shown you most of the things. The bananas, we have them, but not on a serious note, you get. So if you watched up to this point, I just want to let you know I'm grateful. Yes, I am. And thank you for watching. If there is any other thing you'd like to see or what you want to know about village life, put it in the comment section below, and I'll be answering with video replies. Yes, I take so much pride in showing you this way of living and this kind of life. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video, because you can look at me all day.